Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker Magazine and Wood Tramp Outdoors. I recently introduced everybody to my friends Elijah and his dad Gus. And we're back again, so hang tight. I got something very special that you want to see. Welcome back. Listen, it's one thing to tell people, what they need to do to get out in the woods, tell them stories or whatever. That's very good that you share your experiences. But if you're in a position to help someone, to give them a leg up, then I encourage it. It's called paying forward. And what I'm going to do today is I'm going to turn Elijah and Gus on to a new doorway that helps them walk out into the woods, and it'll start their journey on becoming wood tramps. Gus, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you say your skill set is? 1 to 10.
I'm going to be blunt and say it's probably about a 3.
Okay, all right, about a 3. And because Elijah, his son, Elijah is probably like 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
So, getting out in the woods and doing what you're doing is cool. Did you have fun when you were out with me when we were out there?
Yeah.
Did you? Yeah, what'd you like most about that?
Well, pretty much everything. Learning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Catching frogs. I saw you catching frogs.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about the fire thing? Did you learn anything about the fire? Other than it's hot and it'll burn you?
That you can use a bird's nest. It's very flammable, or you can make your own bird's nest.
Kind of like
You can use
homemade fire starter.
You can use this type of tree that burns really well. A pine tree, I think.
Fatwood.
Yeah, fatwood.
Yeah.
So
you are learning.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're gonna do something else. Okay. So you know what this is?
A backpack.
This is a real backpack.
Yeah.
Right. It's not a book bag.
Not a school one.
And this is how I want to start this with you. This is a key, is what it is. What are keys for? Unlocking a door?
Unlocking things.
Unlocking a door.
Yeah.
Every piece of gear that's in here is another key that'll help you unlock experiences and knowledge. So I want you to write this down.
Mm-hmm.
When I teach people about taking on this lifestyle or this hobby, however you might want to put it, I try to explain to them that there are some things that I want you to understand from the beginning. Number 1 is safety. Okay? You always have to be safe. No matter what you're doing, you have to ask yourself before you do it, is this safe? And what do I have to do to be safe? I gave you a knife, right?
Yeah.
Okay? There's still knife safety that you need to be taught, learn everything about that knife that you can. The second thing is that you have to learn to be responsible.
Yeah.
Okay? When you're going out into the woods, you're stepping into a brand new world for you. But it's cool. It's full of excitement. There's things in the woods that you won't see anywhere else. But as we walk out in the woods, we have to remember that God put it there for us to enjoy and to live out there. And we have to be responsible. And we don't leave junk around. We don't walk over people's properties. We don't climb fences. We don't do things like that. And we just don't chop down trees for the sake of chopping anything down. Anything that we take, we should be using it. Just like the Native Americans did here. They respected the land and lived here for centuries and centuries and centuries. And they did it very, very, very well. So being responsible is very important. Number 3 is that you're always grateful. You're grateful for what is in the woods. If you're hungry and you want to eat berries or you want to eat nuts, be thankful for that. You just mentioned fatwood. That's something that somewhere along the journey, people figured out that heart of that pine is very flammable, and they were thankful for that. So we got to be grateful for every little bit of anything that we have gotten, right?
Yes.
Okay, so those are the things that I just wanted to tell you right out of the bat. So everything that you do, you're going to be safe, right? What was number 2, Dad?
Be responsible.
Be responsible with everything you're going. And number 3 is being grateful, right? All right, so now, this backpack is a small, this is called a scout pack. Not a Boy Scout, but it's a scout pack. And packs this size are designed for you to be able to go out into the woods for 2 or 3 days to look at deer tracks if you're going to be a hunter. If you want to go out and just kind of spy out the land or whatever, it's not for packing out for weeks at a time. It's just for days because you're scouting is what you're doing. And a scout pack, there's certain things in here that you want. So on the outside, these are called carabiners, okay? And these are complements of battle box. These came out of a battle box, and this is a super duper one right here. This is a great one that does different things. You can use it to hang gear or whatever. But Dad, whenever there's a name on here,
Mm-hmm.
I want you guys to go out and read about them together and learn about them before you just take it out and start using it, because you're going to learn more by doing that than me sitting here for 2 seconds and telling you anything about it. That's all I'm going to kind of do. So let's look here. On the outside pocket, we got, oh man, there's some cool stuff in here, bud. First thing that I'm going to show you is there.
Oh, you remember that.
What is that?
It is a fire thing.
Not a fire thing.
Well,
Fire kit.
a fire kit to help you if you're having trouble making a fire.
Well, there's stuff in here if you are having trouble, but even if you aren't having trouble, this will help you be successful in your fire making. Now, we're not going to go through it all, but what we got in here is we got a nice piece of jute that you can use to, actually, you see what I did here? See how that looks like a Minnie's bird's nest?
Yeah.
I took one of these threads, is all I did, and then I began to carefully open it up. Now, it isn't a 30-second deal, but when you're talking about needing a fire, especially if it's cold out, you want to be able to be successful the first time, because cold can ruin your life. It can take your life. All right, so I did that, and I did it so it would catch a spark if I have to. All right, so you got that in here. You got jute in here. You've got char cloth, which you don't know what that is yet, but you'll learn what that is. This helps start fires. And remember all this stuff that I showed you?
Yeah.
You got some SFK1 survival fire cake in here. You got some magnesium, and you got these fire plugs. I mean, they will burn to high heaven. And even this stuff right here is for fires. And a lot of this did come through Battle Box. And then, of course, remember what that is?
Ferro rod.
Ferro rod. Did you ever get one?
No.
Not yet.
No? Look at that. You got one now, don't
He's
you?
talked about it nonstop.
Yeah, look at that. And then I gave you a lighter that has been somewhat put together
Wait, he's giving me this?
for...
No, he was showing us.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
This is yours. If it's in that bag, it's
Wait.
yours.
Wait, what?
This bag is yours.
Oh.
Get with the program, little brother. Come on, man. This is all yours. Okay? This is yours and your dad's.
Okay.
Okay, so this is a big lighter.
Yeah.
All right, it's been taken apart so you, if it gets
attention.
wet, you can blow it out.
Okay.
All right, and still use it. If you ever have a Bic lighter and it runs out of fuel, don't throw the lighter away, because you can still use the striker, like that. I'd like to do it without getting a flame on it, but it won't let me do it. All right. But anyway, so and then the last thing in your fire kit is this
Oh, he
Oh,
knows
yeah.
a little bit about this because he's been trying to do this.
Frenzel. This is a Frenzel lens,
Yeah.
right? And
It's-
you can use solar.
Yeah.
All right. So it kind of went through it backwards. When you're out in the bush, you should always use your Frenzel first, because it's a free resource.
Yeah.
The sun is free. As long as there's sunlight,
Yeah.
you can do something like this right here. I guarantee you, You put this out in the middle of your bird's nest with this Frenzel lens, and that stuff will catch on fire quick. Very, very quick. Right? So you got a Frenzel lens. That's the first thing you always use. Second thing.
What's that called again, Tony?
This is jute.
Jute.
Yep,
Okay.
jute. Right. And second thing, you could use your ferro rod. You know how to use a ferro rod. I
Yeah.
showed you that, right?
Why don't you ask Tony the question you asked me on the way here?
One question.
Question me.
Is there a certain way to use a ferro rod? Like,
Oh,
can,
yes.
do you have to use the back of your knife, or can you use the blade too?
That's a great question, Elijah. Now, here's the deal, bud. When you're using the back of your knife, right? Now, this isn't a good knife because it's rounded over, right? I might be able to get some spark out of it, but
Oh yeah, a little bit.
just a little bit. All right. Now, when you're out in the woods and you're carrying a blade, this is a resource right here. Okay? We have to protect our resources.
Yeah.
You want your knife to be sharp.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you run it across this, you're going to dull your knife, and now you've messed up your resource.
Yeah.
And you won't always have a way to sharpen it. Okay? Now, I can teach you how to use rocks
Okay.
out of a stream. Okay? That was my first way that I learned how to sharpen a knife. That's the only way my dad ever sharpened a knife. So we're going to move on, okay? And there's some fat wood sticks in here too. See that?
Yeah, fat
There it is.
wood.
Yep. So you got yourself a nice little fire kit. All right? I guess I should have told you in the beginning that this stuff was all going to be yours.
Yeah.
Okay? That'd make things a little better.
Yeah.
Okay.
But still, I like that you surprised me like that.
Yeah? You
That
like
makes it
surprises? All right, let's see what else is in here. Let's see what else is in here. Okay? Let me see. Open that up. Okay.
All
All right.
So I'm guessing.
Now what this is a mini survival kit. Now it needs other stuff put in it, but you put it in there. You got a whistle. Never go out in the woods ever without a whistle,
Okay.
because if you get lost,
Write that down.
or you get hurt, you blow the whistle. People can't hear your voice, but they'll be able to hear the whistle. This thing's loud, very loud. This is a military whistle, by the way. This is what they, I think this is what the pilots are given, right? All right, now I always put some type of cordage in here. And this has a bowline on each end. We'll talk about that. And then what is this?
Fat wood.
There you go. All right. In this case, you need some type of sticky bandage or whatever. This isn't everything you'd need in this little kit. And then this is a small flashlight. Okay, so this is something that, you might want to put it in your pack. You don't put it in your pack. You don't have a car, so you can't put it in your glove compartment. But you and your dad might want to put it together, put everything in there you think you might need, and put it in the glove compartment. That way, if you have a problem out there, then you'll always have this little kit, right?
There you go.
All right, so the next thing here, this is dope. This, I don't know what else to say, man. I mean, you know what that is?
No.
That is a slingshot.
Oh yeah.
Yes, this is called the pocket shot.
Tony's talked to me about this.
Yes, this is
Been
the
waiting
pocket
for you to
shot,
see this.
and this is not a toy. You
Okay.
can hunt with this, and you can hurt people very, very badly with this.
Oh, it
But
doesn't
with-
even use rocks?
No, you want to put these in there. These are actually ball bearings, or they call it shot, whatever. But you just put it in there, you drop it in there, and then you hold this. Daddy, I need you, right? This, and you only pull it back about 4 or 5 inches, right there, and it's going to go big time, right? That's all you got to do, but you got to practice with it because it's not exactly like a slingshot, all right? So that's pretty cool.
That's really cool.
Yeah. All right. So, ask me later how to set up a target area so you don't lose all your ball bearings. Right.
Yeah.
All right. You like that? That's pretty cool, huh? Now listen, if you ever point that at somebody, and your dad tells me that you shot it at somebody,
I'm giving it back to Tony.
all the stuff's coming back.
Okay.
We don't hurt people with this stuff. Okay. All right, now let's go into the next compartment. Let's see what we got in here. Oh, here you go. Look at this. Always take a notebook out in the woods with you, because you might have to write a note to somebody, say, I'm hurt, I'm headed this direction, I'm headed north, right? And you can put it up on the tree where they can see it. Or I like to draw pictures while I'm out there, draw pictures of the plants that I see. Sometimes if I'm bored, I might even draw a picture of a bird that I've seen or of a scenery, but that's what this is all about. I carry it with me all the time. Now, Dad, there are pens or pencils called Write in the Rain.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't Write in the Rain, but they make pads that you can actually write in the rain and it won't run, it won't tear.
Okay.
And I can show you one of those. I got one sitting right over there on my shelf somewhere. But there you go. That's, you like that?
Yeah.
Dude, you're
All right.
You're-
So
making out like
then check
Christmas
this.
time here.
All right. You know what this is? What did I tell you that was? That orange stuff.